Alright, welcome to the next episode of our IISS Intrepid scout ship and crew, mapping out the new sector here. I think I've even given it a name, but mapping out the Carovian system now after their encounter with the Surans. And we're at the point now where they've jumped in and they've done their initial system scan, which gave these results from the previous video, using the World Builder's Handbook. M0 star. Main world is actually the closest one, orbit number 0.32, which tells me it's even closer than Earth is to Sol. So we mapped all that out. Now we're moving on to the next step. I'm going to make this a new scene. They're going to transit to a gas giant and refuel. And looking at this, I'm going to transit to the nearest one, a Neptune-sized gas giant with 5 moons. So maybe not in this video, but in the next one we'll map out the components of this one here. And then there's another gas giant. Then we have something interesting here. An anomaly planet, real close to a planetary belt. Another gas giant the size of Jupiter here. And then the main world, of course, is way down in here with no moons, about the size of Mars. So if we look at this, just using the standard scene setup here, updated our list, threats, goals. We're going to transit to the gas giant and refuel, and the characters are these. And I already rolled, but anyway, coming out of the last one, it was under their control, so the chaos factor drops to 6. And the expected scene is a definition of just transiting to the gas giant and doing refueling. So with a chaos factor of 6, we test the expected scene, and we roll a 3. And roll over chaos factor expected. No, we rolled under. And with a 3, we have an altered scene according to this. So here's some things you could do for an altered scene. This is using a Mythic Solo Emulator 2E 2nd edition. But I just went ahead and rolled on that. And when I rolled on that, I got a 5, which was remove object. Well, yeah, I know I'm not going to remove any of these. It's not like they fell off the ship. So instead, what I decided to do was say that nearest gas giant, for whatever reason, I don't know yet, they can't refuel there. Now there's 2 other gas giants in the main world in there. So that pretty much sets us up here for what happens next. And I decided to revisit AI. I'll broaden that to AI this time. And you're going to see, actually this video is going to turn into a review of AI. But I started with ChatGPT, the 3.5 free version. And actually what drove me to this partly was one of the classes I teach, one of the students had mentioned they were using AI to do their solo RPG. I don't know what they were RPGing, but so I decided to just go to ChatGPT. Can you assist playing a sci-fi RPG called Traveler? And it's just chomping at the bit according to this. Yeah, and then I kind of asked some questions. What are the rules for random space encounters? Kind of okay, but here we go. First one I tried this is, I just decided to test that out and say generate a random space encounter for a Type S scout ship on the frontier exploring a new system. And I'm not going to use this, but this sounds like the previous one I did with over here, where this one right here, the Qatari colony, they've generated a mysterious probe. Well, in our case it was a cube, and they gave the appearance, 10 meters, hovering, rhythmic hum, sensor readings, and then it actually says, what do you want to do? Investigate, ignore, communicate, or evade. I said investigate, and what happens? And it actually continues to do that. Approaches the probe, gathers more info, you dispatch a boarding team and a small shuttle equipped with necessary tools. Actually, that mirrors what happened here at Qatari. It was a big cube, but this is a small probe. And then what do you want to do? Well, let's see. Actually, this is what happens. They board the probe, displays the central data core, started retrieving data, unexpected activation, sequence of lights activates, probe interior holographic image appear, and your crew decides to send a simple communication. Hidden compartment inside the phonic crystalline, which they suspect may have a significant purpose. Okay, there's some additional stuff here, but discover alien alliance, activate alien technology, or light attraction of another more potential. Yeah, pretty detailed here. I just say discover alien environs, and it goes on in actually rather interesting detail. Diplomatic outreach response. Called it the United Stellar Accord, the USA. And then diplomatic relations alliance, other possible outcomes. And then I decide. Pretty good here. Just building its own story. So instead, I came back to our actual situation. Excuse my spelling, and I said, okay, new situation. Scout ship jumps into a new system, completes a scan of all system bodies. That's what we did in the previous one. The ship wants to refuel first at the, well, I did that wrong. I should have said closest giant, but generate a reason they can't and determine their next course of action with respect to the other two gas giants and the main world. So, however, they encounter an unexpected obstacle that prevents them from refueling at the gas giant. Becomes clear that the should be nearest in the system is experiencing extreme instability, powerful storms, atmosphere's unpredictable turbulence. Attempting to descend into the gas giant to extract fuel would pose a significant risk. So, we have 3 courses of action. Go to, like I said, there's 2 more. Pick one of the 2, or just jump for the main world exploration. And then it even did seek local assistance. This was assuming the main world is inhabited and these people could assist us in getting fuel, which I kind of rejected out of hand. So I said, randomize the crew response from options 1, 2, 3, not 4. And then it did something even more interesting. It said basically, I got to change the names here, but given the instability, too risky, here are our 3 choices, and they say, Lieutenant Chen, the astrogator, agreed, Captain, it's a bit closer, even though it might not provide as much fuel. That's not necessarily true, but option 2, the other gas giant, and sign up for the easy path. Let's head to gas giant B, the one closer to the main world. Interesting. And then Lieutenant Chen said, well, let's just go for the main world. We're explorers. Let's do that first. So I say the captain chooses option 1. And using the Starship Encounters rules from Traveler, determine if there's a ship encounter. And then it kind of tells me you got to roll 2d6. And if you roll above an 8, you get the result. But since I can't generate random dice rolls directly, but I asked that later, and it can. You just got to ask. But I went ahead and rolled, and I said, I got a 9. Okay. Type S encounters another ship. Determine the nature of this encounter by consulting the Starship Encounter rules or using a suitable encounter table. And here we go. Mysterious Cargo Hauler. Ultimately, I didn't use this. I shifted over to Zoser. I'll show you that. They tell you the cargo communicates, they want some, actually they need repairs, they want you to dock, and again, gives me options. Okay, so what I did was I changed it, the encounter, because I rolled on the Zoser table. Well, let's pull that up. There we go, let's go to our friend Zoser. Yeah, here we go, ship encounter. Frontier route, I rolled a 9, which means we roll on the frontier table. And when I go to the frontier table twice in a row, I rolled a 6 with 3D. Okay. I think it really wants me to encounter another scout ship. So based on those roles, I said change the encounter to another scout ship, first of unknown origin. I'm going to do something different to resolve that. Um, Actually, there's three things this could be. It could be an Imperial scout ship, it could be a Surin scout ship, or it could be an unknown scout ship. So I'm going to test that out a little later. But it says unknown scout ship, similar in size and configuration, bears no recognizable markings. Details, unknown config. It doesn't respond to communication. It remains silent, not overtly hostile, but unnerving. Approach cautiously, maintain course, evasive maneuvers. Okay. So I didn't run that down. I said now change the encounter to a scout ship with our same scout service. Detect the presence of another vessel. Scout ship bears yeah, it's yours. Fellow scouts. They're the Stellar Pioneer. I can change that. Shared information. Conducting a survey. Of course, this begs the question of why am I here? If you're already here, why aren't we coordinating? Bureaucracy, probably. Your crew's options: collaborate, exchanging, sharing, working together, maintain independence, or exchange intel while maintaining independence. Okay. So I didn't pursue this further because I think I need to circle back and determine whose scout ship it is. And then I pointedly asked, can you generate random die rolls? Yes, I can. I think you just have to ask it specifically. Let's say generate a 2d6 roll and show and list both die results. Let's see if that works. There you go, 1 and 4. Die 2 is a 2. Die 1 is a 4. Die 2 is a 2. Nice. Yeah, okay. I don't have to go to that website anymore. So it can do it, you just got to ask it pointedly. Or I guess I could put it in the body here. So where does this put us? Right now we're trying to figure out, there's another scout ship here. And we're trying to figure out, the first question we want to ask is, whose scout ship is it? Let's see if I got another scout ship here. Yep, let's drop this guy right here. And we'll call it unknown. There we go. Let's zoom in here. Okay, so we ran into, so much for exploring a frontier area. They keep bumping into stuff. So we have to determine this unknown. And that's the next thing I'm going to do. But I do want to show some other interesting things. I asked Google Bard, can you be a game master for the sci-fi RPG Traveler? Oh yeah, cut me loose. Okay. Apparently it knows. Well, this thing really wants to be a game master. Yes, I can. I'm familiar with the rules of the game. I wonder what version. Help your players explore the vast and dangerous universe of Traveler. To get started, pick your characters. Well, that's interesting. Once I have a better idea, I can start setting a campaign, create their characters and life paths. I describe the scene. I will then narrate the results of their actions and roll dice to determine the outcome of any conflicts. I will also use my knowledge of Traveler rules to create challenging and engaging encounters. If you're interested in playing a Traveler campaign, please let me know what kind of campaign you're interested in. I would be happy to work with you. Wow. Okay, well, let's be equal opportunities here. Bing Chat, GPT-4. Yes, I can help you. The game's history, blah, blah, blah. As a game master, I can help you create your own universe. The game relies on 6-sided dice. You can use random rolls on charts to build worlds. If you need any help with creating your own universe, feel free. And then I asked, can you generate random numbers? And it just gave me a sample here. And a picture. Like, oh, well, there you go. This is actually using GPT-4, and you can do generative AI, and it's free. I mentioned that in a previous video, but over here you can see chat. You got to pay. I think it's $20 a month for ChatGPT-4. So let's see. With all that done, You know, here's the interesting thing. So what I need to do is I need to ask the question about this scout ship. That's where we're at now with our scene here. So we are. So just looking here, the crew has jumped to. Crew has jumped to this gas giant. This one they didn't do. This one they're doing. And when they're there, they encounter a scout ship. Also, I'm assuming it's on the other side of the planet. That's why they didn't notice it. And I need to ask a question of the three choices. Let's see. Okay. I could probably say for the encountered scout ship, let's see if it remembers because I was running this last night. It can be either a Surin scout ship, an Imperial scout ship, or an unknown scout ship. Randomly determine which one it is. Let's see if it can do that. Or it says, let's randomly determine the result. Oh, that was easy. I mean, I could have messed with the odds and the dice rolls. I could have done a fate chart, but it's an Imperial scout ship. Your crew encounters an Imperial scout ship from the same scout service. So, from the encounter fellow scout ship, let's see what happens. Understood. Crew choose exchange. Stellar Pioneer provides detailed star charts and navigational data filling up here. Oh, wow, that's nice. Scientific, collaborative efforts, coordinate their efforts in the system. I wonder if I could ask it. Exchange of strengths and ties of crew. I'm going to rename that. Together you embark on a more. Okay, interesting. Randomly determine if they have information, if they have survey information on the closest planet, main world, and habitable. Let's see what happens here. Rolling. They have survey information on the closest planet. Wait, what? Oh, what? Yep, there we go. Okay, well, shoot. So all we're going to do is exchange info. So what I'm going to do probably in the next video is just go through the Planet Builder Handbook. I don't think I can do that through AI. And go ahead and start generating info on that planet, but our crew doesn't have to go there. Let's see, do know the gas giant refueling rules for traveler. Yeah, descent and skimming, yeah, fuel collection, refining. Okay, well, that's just telling me the rules. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to have to do the refueling here in another video. So, here's our situation. The campaign is basically saying that for the campaign, they've found another scout ship. I'm going to come up with a different name and crew, etc. And they're going to refuel while exchanging info. And if they really trust him, then this scout ship can be top covered while they're refueling. They don't have to put out a probe like they did last time. So what I need to resolve is what they had such bad luck with last time when they tried to refuel and they kept bouncing. Um, so we'll see how that goes. So that's our next scene because I think that ended it. So the next scene is going to be refueling, and we're also going to generate the info on the nearest world, but they may need to proceed. So actually that's a good sign that it was an Imperial scout ship, although it asks the question of why is there duplication of effort here. I'll have to think on that. But what I want to do now, we're at 20 minutes, I just wanted to play around with the, see, and here's the other advantage of doing it this way. I can save all this text. So I'm also generating documentation on what happened. So this is pretty cool. Let's pop over to Bard. Bard wants to help me. And I'm going to just throw out a few questions. I'm not going to use the results as my actual campaign, but I am going to ask it some questions. I think I made some questions here. Oh, I did. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Let's drop this in here. See what we get. I mean, I kind of like ChatGPT's responses. Okay, and I seem to have inadvertently paused this thing, but let's do a quick summary here, putting Bard through its paces. I'll have to edit this. Got to keep my finger away from the control button. So we did ask it, can it be a traveler RPG? It said it could. Our Imperial scout ship jumps in. Got a good reason we couldn't do the closest gas giant, so I go to the second gas giant, which is named Uranus. And then, wow, using traveler rules generated for any ship encounter occurs. That's pretty awesome. And it went through and rolled all these, it looks like. I encountered a starship of the Imperium. It was, I don't know what distance this is. Imperium distance of 50,000. Close. Neutral at the moment. Nice. Okay. Yeah, and here's the results. Nice. It rolled the D6 for me. That's pretty awesome. All right, back again here. So again, nice. And you got documentation of the whole thing. I mean, this is impressive. Let's see. Response of the encountered ship, blah, 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 blah. And it says, what are my possible responses? I love that. Prepare for combat. Avoid it. Scan it. No, it's an Imperial ship. Spawned in Intrepid. I'm on a routine. Are you in need of assistance? They're the Vigilant. Nice. They're there for an anomaly. I'll have to think about that. Here are the results, and I say, can we work with you? Have you surveyed the main system? And they have surveyed it. Vigilance Captain Zhao. Well, got my name there. And then we got I don't know about the anomaly. I don't know if I'm going to keep that, but this kind of reinforces what we saw with ChatGPT. And again, I can save all this, and between this, I can generate a dialogue. So again, we're going to stop at the point that we're at the gas giant, and our next step will still be going through the refueling and generating the scanned information on the main world. I think they said they have not yet landed. Good, but they scanned it from orbit. And maybe I'll take that. Determined that it appears to be uninhabited. That's kind of anonymous here, but all right. One more thing. Let's give Microsoft a chance here. I can probably generate pictures. So let's just for the heck of it. Let's 1, 2, 3. Let's copy this one over. Make sure I'm still recording. That means that. Okay, looks like I paused again, and I decided to. Am I out of space or something? ChatGPT here. Here's what ChatGPT came up. It's not doing. Basically, the only thing I'd use it for is generate images. But both Bard and OpenAI, ChatGPT are pretty awesome here. So I'm going to end it here. We've done enough. Our crew now is about to refuel at the second closest gas giant. The IISS Vigilant with Captain Zhao and crew are going to do top cover, and then they're going to exchange information. And I need to generate a reason. They're here to do an anomaly. That's interesting, and why wouldn't the scout base? There's some questions going on here. But I think that's enough. That'll be a new scene, the refueling and exchange of information. So hopefully this gave you a nice, interesting picture of, well, what AI can do. I mean, I'm rather impressed with Bard and ChatGPT, and what they generated. Pretty impressive, pretty impressive. All right, so I need to edit this. Hopefully I didn't chop too much. It cut pausing. I need to edit this, and then we will, the next episode will be the refueling, which I'm going to have to pull up the rules for that and do that. I can use this to generate the roles. I wonder if I can feed in the chart. I can probably define the results and say generate the result, and it'll put it in here. And again, once again, what's the advantage? I get all this documentation on what happened. All right, pretty cool, pretty cool. So hopefully I can clean the editing up where the pauses occurred, and this will turn out to be an okay video. And we'll talk to you then at the next one for our crew of the Intrepid and now the Vigilant, the second scout ship they've encountered out here. And we'll see how the refueling goes, and we'll see what kind of information the Vigilant can tell the Intrepid about the main world. So, thanks for listening. See you at the next one.